Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a bit more Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, I managed to scare myself rather terribly just a few seconds ago, because when we spawned here, just outside the Redmond prison, which is, I think, the place where we ended, like, the second episode, I worried myself and thought I'd accidentally deleted some wrong saves, and I had lost loads of progress. But no, it would seem that we are exactly back to where we were, because we've got our prisoner escort mission that we need to do, and we also need to go back to the Dutch island for a while, for there are many things that need to be done there. Now, first and foremost, do I have anything in my inventory that I need to get rid of? No. Okay then. So, while we are travelling to the Dutch island, I need to tell you a few things that are going to reveal me as being rather stupid. So, first things first. At the end of the last episode, of course, we were talking about getting a corvette, which would be a highly advanced ship and would be a lot better than my current one. Now, I'd still quite like to do that. The only problem is having done a few rough calculations, I think I need to be level 9 before I can command a level 2 ship. And I'm only level 7 right now, and we're a long way away from being any more. And I forgot to get my ability like I said I would, which is very silly and stupid of me, but never mind. Let's go for fast reloading, because that will always be beneficial to me. So, let us get into the ship and go to the place that we need to go to, which is where exactly... Actually, no. I was going to pull out my map, but no. A kind person said that you can zoom out on the map by pressing tab. Oh my giddy aunt, doesn't that just make life instantly so much easier? Oh, that makes my life so much simpler. I thought this was as far out as you can zoom, because you can zoom in and out a tiny bit using the mouse keys. I didn't realise you could just zoom out with tab. That makes my life a million times easier. Thank you, kind person, for saying that. You are very, very helpful to me. Okay, then, man alive. When I started this, it was like, I'm a very clever person, I know all about this game. You don't need to worry about nothing, apart from the fog. But never mind. At least the ship's in decent condition, which is good. So we figured that much out now, which means you don't need to faff around with that map all the time. Which kind of begs the question why that forum gave me a map instead of just saying, press tab, you blithering imbecile. But never mind, we are here back on the Dutch island, for there are several things that we need to do. Now, I know that I said I was going to go into that catacombs that we found, and does that man have a hole in his trousers? Is that his tanned thigh which is escaping from there? Dear, dear, oh dear. Yes, we said we were going to go back in the catacombs in order to get another sword, and then the other night, while laying in bed, I suddenly realised that, of course, I've got a sword which does more damage than my current companion sword does. It's the sword I'm currently using, so why not I just give him my sword and see if he accepts that as a trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save just in case this doesn't work and I lose my sword. So let me save over this one here. Now, let me equip a different sword. Do I have a different sword? No, but I can just... I still need another sword. Brilliant, my ideas are going so fucking well. Man alive. Alright, we'll go down to the catacombs, we'll find another sword. If it's better, we will trade it, and if it's not better, then we will use it for myself and see if we can then trade my own sword. Interesting that you're not allowed to just fully de-equip a weapon, but never mind. First, we need to go to the governor and speak to him about these kidnapped children. Hello, you look oddly similar to the Redmond one, but never mind. Hello, sir.
Captain, I trust you find everything to your liking.
Yeah, apart from the missing children, yes, things are quite nice here. I have heard that you wish to see me. What business do you have for me? I would like to offer my services. Are you a captain? What is your name? I am Nathan Hawke, captain of the HMS Rapid, but probably not for very much longer. Ah, yes, I'll remember your name. Now, tell me, what has come to you? I wish to talk business with you. I am here on behalf of the women standing by your entrance. For some reason, my face just shut down there for a moment. Ah, that is what you want to discuss. I don't understand why you're not taking this situation more seriously. Is it not your responsibility to provide safety for the colony's citizens? Captain, I will forgive your criticism of me this once, but do not do it again if you wish to find favour in this office. As to those women, I can tell that you are a smart man, and thus I will tell you something. 2 soldiers were found dead today. One of them had a piece of black fabric in his hand. that the black spot? I seem to remember the black spot being a thing that pirates used to use as like a message of like a death threat, which is a bit scary. Several hours before they were discovered, a frigate was spotted sailing away from the island under full sails. And this halts your investigation. Well, it is obvious that the kidnapped children were taken away from the island. Under the circumstances, the search isn't worth the money that we would spend on such an expedition. I mean, I know producing children is not an expensive thing, but surely all of the money you've already invested into the kids in terms of shelter and food and education, surely all of that is money that you've now wasted. But never mind, we're not here to discuss comparative labour economics. Moreover, they could be anywhere. You should understand that, Captain, that the sea offers many places to hide. Anyway, if you are so touched by the grief of these women, I offer you a challenge to find their children. And I promise that if the search will be successful, I will show you my gratitude. Alright, I agree, but I would like to know where I can find a witness who saw the frigate. You accept? Very well. You can find the witness in the tavern. Naturally, everyone lives in the bloody tavern. It was a merchant captain who sighted the ship. Thank you, may I take my leave of you now? Okie dokie then, so yes, we are on a mission. We are a man on a mission to steal everything that we can find. What we can find is nothing. I really ought to stop being so surprised by that fact, but never mind. Can I speak to the... It's gotten dreadfully late awfully quickly. Can I speak to them?
Yeah, good captain, may I have a word?
Did she just do half a dab? Goodness, woman. It's not 2011, nor is it 2003. Okay, never mind any of that. We might spend the night in the catacombs then. Spending a night with a bunch of skeletons sounds lovely. Let's go into the tavern and speak to,
Insolence will not be tolerated.
right, where's this merchant captain I'm looking for? Is it you, perhaps?
What can I do for you?
Can't you see I'm trying to rest? Don't worry, this won't take long. I have a couple of questions for you about your last trip. Well then ask him quick. Get out. Word has it you saw a strange frigate as you approached the island. Aye, that's right, a huge black monstrosity. Even had black sails. That sounds like the Black Pearl. I'd say it was headed for Greenfoot, unless it changed its course. They say there are pirates on your island. Could the black ship belong to them? Maybe, I have no idea. If you're so interested, go ask them yourselves. I have a feeling you won't have to worry about you disturbing my sleep ever again, though. Oh, charming. Are those the pirates I was supposed to find when I was looking for the, the Serena and accidentally stumbled upon it? Okay then, well that's my own stupid fault, isn't it then? Never mind. It also strikes me, if I remember correctly, that when we were on the Dutch island, we were supposed to be selling some sailcloth, which I never got around to because I'm stupid. So let me just remind myself that the Dutch are indeed importing sailcloth. Yes. Okay then. So where is the shop? Where is the shop of mischief? Here is the shop of mischief. Excellent. Okay, let's see what sort of price we get for this. Due to the fact it's been a week.
Yeah, Brendan, what can I do for you?
You can teach me how to pronounce your name, because I daren't even attempt it without offending half the continent. Some cargo, please. Yeah, I can't remember how much I bought it for, but, 5. I feel like I bought it for more than 5. I'll probably just hold on to it, for the sake of repairing my own sails for the time being, so, perhaps we won't worry about any of that. Okay then, let's go down into... Let's save. Let's fire. Let's go down into the catacombs and see if we can find a new sword, if I can remember how to do the fighting. I can do the fighting by missing. Brilliant, and then I can have my vision obscured by a small cloud. Gideon, he's a strong one, he's got a lot of health. That is going to be the disadvantage of, That is going to be the disadvantage of using this other weapon, is that it is going to have lower damage. But I'm hopeful that he will accept the trade, because this sword has better piercing and better damage, and monkey? A monkey? A monkey. I seem to be taking a lot of damage from something, and I'm not wholly sure what it is. I am going to take another potion. A monkey. A skeletal monkey. Alright, why was there a skeletal monkey there? I have no memory of there being skeleton monkeys in this game. There was a skeleton monkey in the first Pirates of the Caribbean game. I remember that was, it belonged to Barbosa, if I remember correctly. That's weird. You'd think I'd remember that. Can my blocking actually protect me from the monkey? Because obviously the monkey's a lot lower down. But, I don't know. You've got a dragon's tongue. Wish I could have that. But no. Oh my giddy aunt. Game froze for a second there. Man alive. I need to get... The problem is that because I play this game like a week apart every time, I get out of practice and I forget how the... I forget how the combat works. If I was playing it every day, it wouldn't matter, but of course I'm not. I don't see any swords. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a thing here. I'll have this. Oh gosh, there's somebody after me. A healing elixir. Good, I think that's the larger one rather than the smaller one. I think those are specifically described as a small healing potion. Right, come along now. Because that block, having the better block on the sword is going to be really good for sort of long-term fighting, sort of standing around and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. So I think that was the way we came in just a moment ago. So let's keep wandering around a little longer and see if we can find anything. Because I can't remember what sword is down here. I'm pretty sure there is a sword down here. But I'm blown if I know what it is. I seem to remember that there are 2 dungeons that contain a dragon's tongue. Because I remember the dragon's tongue being slightly more common than the other swords, compared to, say, the Highlander and whatever the hell this thing is, that I forget the name of. Is there anything over here? There's something. I think there's a little pot of money or something. Yes, here we are. Yeah, I seem to remember because the dragon tongue always seems more sort of common, as it were, rather than uncommon. That's interesting. It's moving the camera around as if I'm approaching a doorway, but it's not saying that there's anywhere I can go. So, I presume that that's just a great big fib. And here is another monkey. Why have I never encountered one of them before? Are they, like, unique to certain dungeons, or is it the fact that I'm getting, like, to a higher level or something? I don't know how leveled the enemies are. Well, this one isn't very well leveled at all, because he doesn't seem to have the brain power in order to realise that he needs to walk towards me in order to hit me. But never mind. I suppose when you're a skeleton, you have to prioritise things. Aha, there's another potion here. It's a healing potion. Good. I'm grateful they put plenty of healing potions down here, because they realise that I need a few. More than a few. There's something here as well. Open this box. Ooh! Good, that'll be worth a few pennies. Not nearly enough for me to get the Corvette. We're going to need to do a lot of work in order to earn enough money for that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Get him in a narrow bit. There we are. That's better. He's got a Highlander, I think. I do like that they have actual, like, proper swords. I just hope that they actually do the damage of those swords. So if they have, for example, a high... Oh, here it is. Aha, I was correct. It is another dragon's tongue. Now we've just only got to get the hell out of here. Yeah, I hope that if, for example, they've got whatever the sword is that my current companion has got, that they're really strong at blocking, or that they can do like lots of piercing or whatever, rather than it just being a different model, because that adds a little bit of uniqueness to each individual enemy. Like how they all have a randomised amount of health. They don't just have a certain amount of health based on your level, which I think is really nice, because it makes some of them strong and some of them weak. Just like my navigational skills, very weak indeed. These tunnels all look so samey, it's impossible to know where under the sun I've been. It is slightly encouraging though, because there's no skeletons here. That at least implies that I have been here before, and I haven't just wandered off into a totally new area. No, I've got absolutely no idea where it is that I am going. Here we are, excellent. I presume there are maps of these places, but goodness knows I haven't got any of them. Right, let's come out of here and put my sword away quickly. And now it's daytime, of course it is. Okay, well that was quite successful, wasn't it? So let's have a little look at our dragon's tongue then. And we're going to go off and sell this as well. 16 to 21. I don't think that is actually better, is it? Oh no, it doesn't matter, because I can equip that. Yes. I'm going to get this sword off him if it absolutely kills me. Right. Let me equip the Dragon's Tongue, and then what I'm going to do is go onto my passengers. I'm going to assign him as officer. Can't change ships. No, I want him as like my man. Here we are. There we are. Right. Now we just need to go into a different environment in order to allow him to spawn. Here we are. Now, let me exchange stuff with you. Let me see if I give you this. There we are. Now, if I come away from this, he's changed his sword.
What can I help you with?
And now I can have this one. I'm also going to have this one for the sake of selling it to make up a few extra pennies. Excellent! So now I have this exciting thing that I don't even know the name of. Okay then, can I see its name in here? I do not know, I am very curious to find out. The Conquistador. Ah, I see. Apparently that's who this fellow is here. He was some sort of Spanish conqueror person. Right then. Yes, less damage, but excellent block. Okie dokie then. So we can sell these few other bits and pieces then. It does strike me I probably could have taken his saber off him and then equipped that. Then given him whatever it is I've got, and then... Never mind, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does, because it's a case of me being stupid, but you know. Never mind. If the past 6 episodes of this series didn't teach you that I'm an idiot, then I don't know what will. We also need to get back in there, because we need to sell these extra swords and stuff, don't we, for a few of the old spondylix.
My father was considered the king of mercantile back in Holland.
That's nice. Not wholly approving of monopolies, but never mind. Okay, let's sell this for 1,500. Very pleased with that price. That's 1,100. We don't need it. I might hold on to it for a little while, though, just in case. That's a very expensive sword. My Gideons. I mean, I understand why. It's a very good sword, but still. Weird animal figure. What the hell is that? No one knows exactly what it is. It may be a toy for Incan children. Looks a bit like a cow crossed with a goat, which is a night of passion I don't want to be within 16 miles of. Okay then, let us check the quest book, because I believe we need to go and find out about the prisoners. Perhaps the pirates living in the jungle are those who kidnapped the children. I presume you're talking about the pirates who live in the jungle on this island, not the pirates who live on the jungle of Greenford, because I don't think there is a pirate encampment there. But we know there must be an encampment. There must be an encampment on this island somewhere, because of course we encountered it. Did we not when we were in search of the idols? I believe that we did, or we should have encountered them, even though we didn't, because I slightly screwed everything up. Oh, this is where the waterfall is. I thought this was on a Spanish island. No, it's here on the Dutch island. Cool. Sorry, I thought I could see something on the horizon there, but I could not. Ooh, I know we've literally just been through a load of skeletons and stuff, but I am kind of curious to this. Tell you what, we'll do it on the way back. We'll go to the pirate encampment first, and we'll have a chat with them. I'm sure they'll be very conducive to telling me everything I want to know, and then we'll come back. We'll have a look down the back of the waterfall on the way back, and then we'll head off to Greenford in search of the ship. It's interesting because it seems from the description of the ship, in that it was a black frigate with black sails, that it's the Black Pearl, which is interesting because, well, that doesn't really sort of tie into what I know of the Black Pearl. I seem to remember that the Black Pearl is tied into the main storyline, but I didn't think that these kidnapped children were anything to do with the main storyline. I thought this was a completely different side quest. Related to a totally different group of people, but perhaps I am wrong. Perhaps these children have nothing to do with the side quest that I'm thinking of, the one involving the cult, if indeed they are a cult, if I am remembering it correctly, because after 10 years I have naturally forgotten a lot of things, including pressing tab. Okay, this is a shoreline, so this isn't where we want to be. We're looking for some sort of little base camp. Yeah, so I'm a little surprised by that. I'm also surprised that Nathan isn't reacting to the description of the ship and how similar it seems to the Black Pearl. I presume that's because the developers wrote the quest in such a way that it wouldn't sort of spoil the quest about the gold coins and encountering the Black Pearl by the French island, if indeed you haven't done that yet. So I presume that is the reason. behind that. So let's see if the pirates are over here. They seem to live in little, well, there's certainly some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some brigands, that's the word I'm looking for. Some bandits. Some bilge rats. That I'd rather not deal with. So let's go to the left first and see where this leads us, and then if it's the wrong direction, we have to go back towards the right. Then they should have despawned by then, and it should be a little easier to get past them. Although with the new sword that we've got, it might be a little easier. House in the jungle. House in the jungle. Goodness, this is like the one that we. That's not a house, my friend. That's a shed. Kitty, aunt. Yeah, I remember getting murdered by a load of bandits on the pirate island last time we attempted to do this. Ramirez? Ramirez's house? You mean Raul Ramirez, the bloke we've been chasing for like the last 100 years? Interesting. Was there another way I could have like played through the quest that would have led me to this island? Like if I could have been able to persuade someone to give me more information? Interesting. Bandits? Not yet, no. Curious. Unless it's a different Ramirez, but surely they wouldn't do that. Surely they wouldn't write up two Ramirez's. That would just be woefully confusing. Interesting. Because I know there are a lot of different missions that you can either win or fail at, as it were, without like just dying, getting a game over screen. Like when we were escorting Ewan Glover over to Greenford in order to carry the English troops to Ox Bay. I remember that if Ewan Glover's ship gets sunk, then the mission gets failed. So it is possible to fail missions. So possibly I did fail the Ramirez mission. Man alive, this jungle is enormous. This is much bigger than I remember. I don't know what the hell this thing is. Some big, ugly stone. It reminds me a bit of Sloth from the Goonies, but never mind. Anything hidden behind it? Yes. Yes, indeed. A small healing potion. Excellent. Well, again, I've got no idea which way we're going, so I guess we're going left. We're definitely going to do a jump cut when we come back to these jungles, because it's way, way too long. Pirate Fort! Well, hooray. We have found what we are looking for. Hello, sir. Okay, I don't know who I should be speaking to exactly, but maybe there's some sort of pirate lord that lives here. I speak to you?
Aye, laddie, you've got me here.
Don't stand here, get out of my way. All right, you funny-faced fellow. Don't shout at me. Is this a tavern, perhaps? Yes, this is indeed a tavern. Is there any kind of, like, town hall or something? I mean, that's a bit grandiose. House of Leader, here we are, this will do nicely. Hello, mate. You seem incredibly hungover.
Aye, laddie, you've got my ear.
They all seem to say that, don't they? What do you want? I'm interested in a ship, and I have reason to believe it belongs to your brotherhood. I have a lot of ships, my friend. You'll have to narrow it down. A black frigate. Do you know of it? You've run afoul of it too, have you? I suppose if it's crossed you, then you're no enemy of mine. What are you talking about? That black frigate is no ship of mine. In fact, it sank one of my barks, and it definitely wasn't me that did that last week. And 3 of my men were lost in the jungle. You have no idea who the men on this frigate are? No idea at all, and I'm not even sure they are human, my friend. My men watched that ship as it departed, and they swear they heard the sound of children crying from its decks. That is disturbing indeed, but that at least confirms, at least as much as hearsay can confirm, that the children were kidnapped by the ship. Because just having some people dead, some guards dead, some children missing, and then a ship sailing away, to me isn't conclusive, right? It's circumstantial. Anyway, I thank you for your information. Interesting. So we've confirmed that they're nothing to do with these fellows here. The Dutch pirates that have themselves suffered from the frigate as it sank one of their ships. I have no doubt that the children are on board, and the pirates heard the children crying, and the crying was coming from the frigate. Interesting then. Is there anything not to steal? Most important question. Okie dokie then. Let me just check the other houses. I imagine they're just little houses, but I'm always curious to see if there are any pilferable things. There are no pilferable things. This makes me very sad, but never mind. Alrighty then. I reckon, presuming there's something around the back of here? I don't believe so, no. I presume then it's a rat. I'm letting rats run around here? That doesn't seem horribly hygienic. Yes, let me get us back to the... oh, gosh. Oh, I guess it's time that I pressed the wrong button for about the 17th time today. I guess it's about time that I have a go with this sword. Oh, gosh. They all say that, don't they? Yeah, because I'm going to do less damage, which means I'm going to have to strike people more times. No, that was the wrong decision, Phil. But I can just literally stand here and wait for my health to regenerate and wait for them to both strike at the same time, like then. And then waste it completely. There we are. This game is surprisingly tactical. Oh, that was dangerous and totally unnecessary, but I did it anyway. These two fellows here have got an interesting sword. It's got like a very straight hilt. And there's sort of two circles next to it. Come on. Yeah, I really don't like. I don't like how little health I've got. Yeah, I've got to pay more attention to that. The thing is when you kind of. Wait. I wish you could open the. Thank you. I'm gonna try that again. When you kind of force the game into play in 16:9 instead of 4:3, then the little icon gets a lot smaller, because in 4:3 it's a bit bigger. So I'm not doing this tremendously brilliantly. Right, come on, let me try and strike him a couple of times before he arrives. There we go. There we go. Try this again, and this time I'm going to keep a good eye on my health counter. Because if they can penetrate my block, that is when I'm in a pickle. Problem is I don't know what swords have really good penetration and which ones don't. Perhaps that's what these two swords are. They might be really good penetrators. Yeah, because look, that one just got through, didn't it? I'm going to blame this on the swords that they've got and not on me being a moron. Well, they say the third time is the charm, but here's the thing. Once bitten, twice as sharp, so as far as I'm concerned, I am going to get them to respawn someplace else. There we are. That's better. Right. Sorry about that. Give me a minute. I'll get us back to the... waterfall, that's the word I'm looking for, and we'll have a quick wander around in there, and then we will we'll head over to Greenford, and we will see if we can track down this black pearl. Which I was going to say I'm a bit surprised. Why is there just a woman wandering around in the jungle? She doesn't even have a weapon. This seems highly dangerous. I better intervene and make sure that she's all right. Being the good Samaritan that I am. What are you up to, friend? Hello, I haven't seen you here before. Are you from the city? Yes, I have come from there recently. You know, when I need the most recent information, I go and talk to the tavern owner. He can generally answer all your questions. That's good advice. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. Listen, stranger, don't travel here at night. They say dead men walk here at this hour. Yeah, I said that last week, didn't I? Yes, indeed. Oh, interesting. So she's just like a sort of an excellent person that tells you free information. That's nice of her. I can see by your bearing that you are a sea captain. If you need a ship, buy it at our shipyard. If you don't find the exact ship you want, wait for a couple of days. Perhaps a new one will appear. Oh, okay. It's a bit like, reminds me of Mike the Liar from Skyrim, who just gets randomly encountered with and just gives you bits of nice information. I approve. Right then, to the waterfall. Oh, bloody hell. Right then, into the waterfall we go in order to see what mischief we can find. I think there's a little pathway along here. Yes, here we go. Better draw my sword to be on the safe side. Dowson Cavern, yes. I could have figured out how to go in the door. There we go. Hello, gentlemen. It looks like there's a nice narrow bit here that I might stand in. Yes, here we are. We shoot you in the bottom. Excellent. I do like that my pistol does way more damage than my sword. Which, oh gosh, there's quite a lot of them. But if we keep them in this narrow bit, we should be alright. They've got past the narrow bit. Oh gosh. That's worked a bit better. He's still got heaps of health. This is not really working tremendously well. Oh my Gideon. I seem to have bitten off more than I can chew today. I'm really good at doing that. And did that bigger healing potions heal me faster? Because if so, that could be vitally useful. Oh, just die, you infernal hatted muppet! Oh gosh. Better dodge back. Gosh. Okay, right, come on, there's not too many of them. I can do this. I love that they're constantly striking into 3 of you! That's hardly fair. There we are, only 2 of you. I can deal with 2 of you, I can't deal with 3 of you. And you're asking too much of me, my friend. Right, oh my Gideon. No, it's okay, I'm mid-strike yet. I can't... What the bloody hell? Don't tell me they've all frickin' respawned. They have all frickin' respawned, haven't they? My Gideon. I need to get into that nice narrow bit, and I need to frickin' stay there. Here we go. Probably should have shot a little sooner. Hey, I was under the distinct impression that having a sword with good block would mean that I would be blocking well, but... Why am I so rubbish at this game? I was supposed to be good at this game. My Gideon. But I am a man who refuses to accept failure, right? I am a doggedly determined dingbat, and as far as I'm concerned, I am going to keep banging my head against the wall until I die of a concussion or the wall collapses in. So if you don't mind, I'm going to do this again, and again, and again, until we find out whatever is in that freaking little cavern. Probably nothing that dreadfully important, but still. Oh, hello, we found a different person this time. I don't guess you want some money, do you? Take my humble advice. Oh no, just another person offering advice. Oh, alright then. It reminded me of the, you wouldn't have seen it unless you have far too much time in your day, unless have watched this ridiculously long video that I once put out. But when I was originally setting this up, I made a couple of little test recordings on Oxbay in order to just make sure that all the recording would work and to get all the audio balancing figured out and that kind of stuff. And I wandered into the jungles of Oxbay right at the beginning of the game, and I found a man who asked for a donation of 20 coins, and I gave that to him and my reputation. I didn't want you guys to get closer, I wanted you guys to get further away, actually. Thank you. And, yeah, I gave him 20 coins, and then my reputation went up to bloke immediately, and, you know, you've seen how many episodes it's taken for me to do anything that gets my reputation up to bloke. So, I'm always on the lookout for other people that require charity, because that seems to be quite an effective way of improving your reputation. And eventually, if I can get my reputation up high enough, then we can go back to Redmond Church and get that mission from the priest, who said that he did have a mission for me, but I couldn't accept it because I didn't have a high enough reputation with him. So I need to get better at that. I'm pretty sure you can improve your reputation by just chucking money at the church, but I don't really have a lot of money to chuck around at the minute, and if I did, I'd rather chuck it at a Corvette than chuck it at a church roof. So if you don't mind, I'm going to save again, and then we're going to have a little jump cut while I get through this. So, a moment, please. This is a cool piece of music. I don't think we've heard this one before. I'll tell you the trouble. Right, the trouble is that when you successfully strike, you move forward a tiny bit. Oh my Gideons. Yeah, so when you successfully strike, you move forward a tiny bit. So if you keep striking, you will edge forward a little bit, so you will need to dodge back eventually, which does make standing in a little safe doorway rather difficult. Oh my Gideon. Right, well, it only took me shutting up and focusing for 5 minutes and actually using a decent tactic in order to figure out a way of winning this. So, where can we go and what can we find? We're in another stupidly dangerous place, which is going to be really frickin' safe. My fear is that when I go back in there's going to be a load more skeletons that will have respawned. There's a ship, however. There's also a thoroughly balked water texture, for which I can only apologise. Okay, there's 3 of them and a monkey. There's another one over there as well. I want to get rid of him first, because he'll only get behind me and cause me problems. So I'll miss him, which will go brilliantly, not emotionally. And then I'll see what I can do about these other fellows over here. Are they after me yet? No, they're not. Good. Is there anything hidden back here, or is he just meant to come and assist his compadres by stabbing me in the bottom? There really is nowhere I could get them, could I? I might be able to get them in here. Yeah, my worry would be someone coming around the left, because then I'd be in a real pickle. But I'm going to make another save beforehand just to be on the safe side. This is turning out to be a bit more of an adventure than I initially planned. I'm going to try and shoot somebody. Maybe the monkey. There we are. Then they'll all run after me, and I can take them out for a nice little bit of exercise, because they don't have any meat on their bones. Ha 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 ha. Still after me? Yes, they are. Good. My plan has worked. I wonder if it's the monkey that can poison you. Do you think it might be the monkey that poisons you? Come on. I think blocking does reduce the damage that the monkey gives you, but it doesn't seem to totally reduce it to 0. So, are there still more baddies around? Seemingly so. I really hope the bad guys are at the other side of that. Yeah, there's another guy there. I really hope the guys inside the cave have not respawned, because I don't think I can get through another lot of that. But, we shall see. There's a couple of boxes here. Please tell me there's something of use in this box. That's useful. That's a pistol with 4 barrels. Which is not something I can use, but it's something awesome. Look at that. Look at that. 4 pistols in 1. Long reloading time, but it's definitely worth it. Professional gunman ability required before use of this pistol. So yeah, first I have to get gunman, which allows me to use a double shot pistol, and then need to get professional gunman before I can use a quad barrel pistol. I don't think there's a 3-barrel pistol. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. There's also this little ship here that I would the camera doesn't seem very cooperative for me sort of turning my head that way, so I don't really think I'm going to be able to like swim around the other side of that. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to try just see if I'm able to swim around the side of it, because there might be something on the other side, like an extra secret, because this seems pretty secret, but there could be like an extra secret one. Yeah, I think we're coming around the bum of it now. Man alive, this camera angle is difficult to deal with. Okay, it seems like I've hit an invisible barrier. Yeah, okay then, I seem to have hit an invisible barrier. Okay then, there was another pathway in the cave. There was kind of a left turn and right turn. So we've taken the left turn. Now we need to go to the right turn. I have like 40 minutes already and we've barely done anything. This is absolutely ridiculous. Give me a minute, I'll get us back in the cave, and if the guys respawn, I'll try and kill them again. Emphasis as big as Memphis is on the word try. Okay, I'm getting better at this. Only because of practice, but hey ho. Is there anything over here? Or is this just a dead end? No? I mean, if don't get me wrong, a 4-barrel pistol is an absolutely awesome reward to get out of this, but I was kind of, I don't know, like a bit of jewellery or a gemstone or something we could sell, but I don't reckon so, no. Let me wash my feet. I do get most dreadfully toasty tootsies after a long day of murdering people. Oh my giddy arm, well that was an adventure and a half, wasn't it? Never mind, that was quite exciting. I'm glad that we did that. Is that a fish? No, I think it's a butterfly or something. How bizarre. Never mind, it doesn't matter. There's nothing on the other side. Is there? No, there's no path on the other side. Okay then, let me get back to the ship, and then we'll sail off to Greenford, and we'll see if we can track down the Black Pearl. Greenford is actually where we need to go as well to escort the prisoner. So we can sail 2 ships with 1 mast or something. I don't know. Still searching for a better version of that phrase. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to offer them. Damn scary looking bloke. Never mind the scary looking bloke. Let's just go onto the map and press tab so that we can see where we're going, which is right over there. Not sure which of these is Greenford, which of these is Oxbay, but it doesn't really matter because we can just zoom over there as soon as we arrive. In fact, if I zoom in, we should be able to see which it is. Indeed. So yeah, if you sort of zoom in using the mouse, then you can. Oh, get you! No! Oh no! Me and my big ideas. At least it's a storm and not a hurricane. I don't guess I can fast travel, can I? No, of course not. Oh gosh. I'm going to drop the sails this time around. I know I've usually kept them up before, but I'm going to keep them down because my hope is that if I keep the sails down, they won't get damaged, and then we'll only have to deal with the damage to the hull. We won't get damage to the sails, which means we won't have to pay as much in order to get stuff mended. That's why I apologise for that. It is a good way of getting free XP, but sheesh, is it expensive. I think it's much wiser just to get into battles and sink ships if you're trying to gain XP. So I just wanted to sail around a Greenford. I should have just left the world map immediately. I need to get the Storm Helmsman upgrade as well, so that I can start reducing the amount of damage I take from these things. Oh dear, because I didn't save before I left the Dutch island. Otherwise, I might have. I might have been in a better situation. But never mind. Never mind. It's not the middle of the night, but everyone's still out doing their work because that's just how dedicated the citizens of Greenford are to the commencement of their duties. Alrighty then, let's go to the tavern because A, I need to get out of this bleeding rain, and B, because I want to have a chat with the tavern keeper and see if he knows anything about the frigate. Oh, that's better. Hello, friend.
Hey, Governor. Come and have a wee bit of the old Tom Thumb, eh?
Did anyone die? No, nobody died. That's good. Maybe because there was nobody on the rigging holding the sails together.
Hey, Governor. Come and have a wee bit of the old Tom Thumb, eh?
I'd like to know if a black frigate has arrived at port. A black frigate? Let me think. No, I'm sure there's been no black frigate at our port. I know one fellow, though, who has seen it before. How may I find this person? He is there at the nearest table. If I am not mistaken, his name is Balteaser. Balteaser. Yes, what a hell of a name. Right then. There's quite a lot of people at the nearest table, but let's see. Is it one of you two? Yes, it's you.
Bye, my dear Captain.
Well, look who it is. Maybe you'll buy a drink for the best navigator in this foul archipelago, or at least not the worst. You can't be worse than me. I don't believe we've met. Even better, we shall celebrate our new friendship. I'm more interested in information at the moment. I wonder if your ship has ever run across a black frigate. I'm happy to answer questions until the seasons changes, as long as I've got a mug of rum before me. Have your rum and loosen your tongue. Now answer the questions. Yes, the Black Frigate. I saw it as clearly as I see you now, and given how much rum you've got in you, I don't think that's very well, but never mind. If our holds hadn't been empty, I doubt I would be here to speak with you. How would they know if your holds were empty or not? It's not as if they can see through them. Fortunately for my comrades and I... Would you stop singing? Thank you. The frigate's hold must have been full, for we were able to slip away. Strange name, as I recall. Not one I'd heard before. The... Mephisto. Well, there's a different name than I was expecting, but hey-ho. Did the Black Frigate give chase? Where did it go when it became clear it couldn't run your vessel down? Who knows? Somewhere to the south, it seemed. Maybe to the... That's the pirate island, isn't it? Ah, well, thank you, friend. I do seem to be chasing a bit of a wild goose, but never mind. We need to go to the shipyard next in order to mend up the vessel. We should also probably get a merchant escort mission, although I doubt that'll be to the pirate island. Yes, plug some holes, definitely. How much is it going to cost? 1,700, man alive. Alright, man alive, you have got no ships for sale. You've got a yacht, you've got a bark, and you've got something that doesn't even carry any cannons on it. It's little more than a dinghy. Alright, that's weird, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Had they invented umbrellas by 1630? Somehow I doubt it. Let's go to the prison, if I can remember where that is. This looks like the prison. Here we are, and get the prisoner so we can take him back to Redmond. Oh man alive! I never thought I'd find a prison welcoming, but at least it's dry. Hello, friend.
There'll be no argy-bargy on my watch.
Argy-bargy. I think you'll find it's pronounced argy-bargy, but never mind. I shan't get into a verbal scrummage with you, since that seems to be the very thing you've warned me off. The Redmond governor has entrusted me to deliver this letter to you and take custody of a prisoner. I'm afraid I cannot give you the prisoner at the moment. What do you mean you cannot give him to me? Tell the governor that the prisoner escaped last night, and we cannot find him. Oh my giddy aunt. He's going to blame me for this, you know. You can be sure I'll tell him, and over you, I would find that infernal scoundrel. Is this because I've been slow? Because I went to the Dutch island first? Or not? Oh dear, there is no good news so far. Oh gosh. Is there like a prison jailer that I could speak to who might have information about him, or am I hoping for things that are not real? Can I speak to you about anything? No, you don't seem to be willing to speak. Never mind. Shut up, or you'll feel the cat's 9 tails. Indeed, yes. We shan't get into any of that. Yeah, I can't see anyone. I cannot see any locked up brigands. Dear oh dear. I do find myself a bit worried that again this is my fault, because I'm a bit sick of failing the governor. Although I don't really see how he can blame me for this.
Begging your pardon, sir.
What's that over there on the right? There's like 3 men, and then there's something else there. I can't see what it is though. I beg of you, sir, please help me. What is going on? They're going to kill that old man. Where are the soldiers? It is their job to maintain order in the town. The soldiers have to live here, and you don't. You seem like a decent fellow. Won't you save that poor old man? The barbarians are going to burn him. Which is going to be really difficult given all the rain, but never mind. Are you going to stand here questioning me while they kill him? The crowd is just getting their fire ready. You've plenty of time to answer my questions. How can you be so calm? Call it a requirement of my job. I've literally just come away from an island where I murdered 100 skeletons, but never mind. Now they're tying the old man to the stake. You must want to speak before it's too late. Alright. He is accused of sorcery, but believe me, he is just a normal man. He lives alone in the lighthouse and never bothers anyone. Why is the crowd so keen on roasting him? And why are you the only one who wishes to save him? He's a harmless old crackpot. He's always got some new invention, and most of them don't work the way they're supposed to, so he's annoyed some people. Yes, annoyed would seem to be an accurate term. Well, something exploded in his lighthouse this morning, and the wind carried a stinking cloud over the whole city. Yeah, I know the cloud you're talking about. Must have been some clouds who weren't burning him at the stake, but then again, why do you alone wish to save him? My daughter once fell deathly ill and no one could help her, but Clement found a cure for her in an old Indian manuscript. Goodness. He does sound like he's worth saving. I'll do what I can. His name is Clement. Bless you, you're doing a very good thing. I'll try my best. Now, gentlemen, would you kindly stop being bad?
Hello?
You're not going to join in the incitement. Don't interrupt. You call this fun, you scaly beast? Who are you calling a beast? You're deaf as well as stupid. I called you a beast, you smelly old smelly person. Only an animal could find a spectacle like this entertaining. What are you doing here? You want trouble? Well, that can be arranged easily enough. What, you hide behind your friends, would you? I should have expected as much from the kinds of a coward who would burn an old man for entertainment. You think I'm afraid of you? I am happy to correct your mistake. Bring it on! You think after killing a dozen skeletons I can't kill a couple of bilge rats? Well, prepare to be corrected of your silly error. Hello, friend. You've got a unique character model.
Aye, Governor.
Thank you so much, sir. If it wasn't for you, those simpletons would have torn me to pieces. You're quite welcome. What are you talking about? I owe you my life. May I at least know your name? I am Nathan Hawke, captain of a ship which has probably been sunk due to the storm, but never mind. How interesting. I have a couple of inventions that may be installed upon a ship. And, oh, why are we standing here in the rain? I'm so grateful for you to rescue me. I insist on you coming to my house now. I wish to repay your kindness. Come. I feel you don't do anything with my ship. Yeah, don't sink my infernal thing. Can it please stop raining? Oh, it's you again!
Aye, Governor.
Excuse me, friend, but I may have an experiment that needs my attention, so I will take leave of you now. I am interested to speak to your guest. Can we please go inside? You again. I think you should service me with an ear trumpet, could you? You're just full of surprises, aren't you, my friend? I'm not in the mood for your jokes right now. I'm too damp for that. I've had a rough day. Who's this dandy you're dealing with? Should I be worried? Do not be a pig, Nathan. He is a friend of mine, Vincent. He's helping me look for a captain by the name of Raul Ramirez. Oh, for crying out loud. I see you're the kind of person that the governor brings in to mop up the messes I leave behind. You're kidding. I've been looking for him too, although to be honest, I seem to have lost his trail. What do you want with him? Money, my dear. I've been promised a hefty sum to bring him in. Watch it with the dearie stuff. I always suspected you were just another money-grabbing scoundrel. Hey, I want a Corvette as much as the next man. Probably way more than the next man, but never mind. I never pretend to be anything else. So, do you know where he's hiding? No, I don't, but Vincent claims he knows where the guy has settled. This is almost too convenient. You just happen to run into the one person who knows where the man is? Don't be so suspicious, Nathan. Not everyone here is a scoundrel like you. What is that supposed to mean? I'm just trying to see all of the angles. How does Vincent know where he's hiding? Why don't you ask him yourself? Perhaps I shall do just that.
Always a pleasure, Captain.
I believe Danielle has spoken of me. Yes. Right there. I was standing there, and you were standing there. But never mind. Yes, of course. My name is Nathan Hawke. You could say that I am an acquaintance. I have heard of your relationship. Some matters are best kept private. So tell me, how did you find Raoul, and why did you decide to help us? Well, to be precise, I'm not interested in helping you. I'm only helping another variation of her name, but still, I'm still curious about him. How did you find him? As you say. Oh, enough with the familiarities. I don't know if you can be trusted. Danielle was right about you. You're far too suspicious. I get stabbed by every Tom, Dick, and Harry in this place. I'm not interested in being trusting. What Danielle thinks or says is her own business, but I really must know how you know the man we're looking for, why you decided to help us, or perhaps I'll stab you in the face. Alright, calm down. I know Ramirez very well. We were, if you can say, neighbours once. As for Danielle, I've decided to help her because she once helped me out in a rather unpleasant situation. Interesting. I shall check that. Where did you say Ramirez is hiding? I didn't say. You should speak to Danielle first. Maybe she doesn't want you to come with us. Alright. Did you get the information that you needed? I think we can trust the guy, but he won't tell me where Ramirez is hiding. So you were going to find him by yourself? That doesn't work for me, Nathan. Relax, that was never the plan. Look, if we find him together, you can talk to him, learn what you need, and then I'll take him back to the guy who wants to meet him. Fair enough, but I've some business to take care of first. Shall we meet here in a few days? Fine. Give me time to make a report to my employer. Interesting. It's still pouring with rain, but never mind. Interesting. I didn't realise that this was going to carry on. What a surprise! Yes, indeed. So, Danielle has agreed to let me join her and Vincent in the search, but I must meet up at the researcher's house in a couple of days. I must return to the Reverend Governor in order to tell him that the captive escaped. I also want to tell him that I've finally found traces of Ramirez, while Danielle settles her affairs. Indeed. I think we've got an affair as well that needs to get settled, but don't worry about that. Oh, my giddy aunt. At least it's a little quieter, which is lovely. Alright. I'm not wholly sure how long we've been going. I've been recording for just under an hour, but I appreciate we've done a few jump cuts, so there should be just enough time for me to race back to Redmond, speak to the governor, and then we can decide if we can get back in time or not. But I am curious to see if I can go. No, okay, it's still locked. I imagine the mine is probably to do with the main quest line, since it seems like everything is to do with the main quest line. Maybe this game doesn't have quite as many side quests as I thought, or maybe the Black Pearl is the whole side quest thing, or the Mephisto, or whatever it's called, which reminds me of that robot from Fallout New Vegas that I probably shouldn't be talking about. But yes, maybe the Black Pearl is more of a side quest than I realised. I'm going to continue to call it the Black Pearl for no other reason, and that's obviously what it is. It's a black frigate with black sails. It's all torn to shreds, and it's being manned by pirates with pirate monkeys on them. So yeah, you will forgive me if I rename it for the sake of convenience. Okay, let's go back to port because I am so sick of standing around in the rain, and we shall get ourselves back to Redmond. Well, my ship is still floating, which is more than I thought it would be, so I'm grateful for that. Okie dokie. Let's get back to Redmond and get into some clearer seas as well. Oh, there we are. Isn't that better? Should probably save just beforehand, just in case anything else disastrous happens. Because knowing my luck, there's no end of disasters that I can encounter. Okie dokie then. Where is Redmond? Is that it there? Yes, indeed. Right, if I could stop crashing into this rock and hopefully not crash into these pirates. No, we're crashing into the pirates. How many pirates? One pirate ship. Okay then, let me move the camera and we'll have a bit of a fight. Right then, let me bring us down to half sail so we can bring us about. Bring us about, helmsman. Is this the first battle we've been in with the ship? No, because we were in the battle with the Sirena, weren't we? Now, I'm actually not going to shoot at him. This may surprise you, but I'm actually not going to shoot at him, because if we're going to get money for a Corvette, we're going to need a hell of a lot of it. So what I'm going to try and do is get round the back of him. Ouch! Get round the back of him and try to board him. I'm not wholly sure what type of ship that is, but it doesn't seem to be fast enough in order to get away from me. So ouch, 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 ouch. No, maybe it is fast enough to get away from me now, actually, that I realise, especially since we're now turning into the wind, which is a really stupid idea. This is going to slow us down massively, but at least if I get behind him, then he'll only be able to shoot at me with his rear cannons instead of his front. I'm just going to shoot at him for the sake of me being a bit sick of dealing with him. Oh, come on. Come on. Probably seen that I'm just going to turn to the side. What I'm going to do is turn to the left sort of preemptively and try to sort of cut him off, as it were, and sort of come up alongside him. That's the goal anyway, but goodness knows whether it will work or not. I'm really, really glad that I saved before I did this. Right, come on. Let's get a better angle on this. There we are. Get a nice thumbnail going. Come on. Come on. Let's fire again for no particularly good reason. When I'm boarding ships, I really ought to use the grapes in order to kill the crew, or maybe use the chain shots in order to destroy their sails. This is going really, really badly because I'm not being nearly aggressive enough because I just want to steal the ship. Oh, for crying out loud! Right, that's it. I'm reloading with chain shots. This isn't going to be nearly good enough because I've taken so much damage. I'm not going to be able to catch up to him. Oh my kitty! Oh come on! I'm so close. Doesn't matter anyway, because the amount of money I'd get for the ship isn't really worth it for the amount of money I'd have to pay in order to repair mine. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm so bad at this game. Right, come on, fire! Here we are. Do a tiny bit of damage to his sails in the hope of slowing him down a bit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Board him, for crying out loud! I'm this invested in it. I'm not giving up now. Come on. Come on. Fire again! There we are. Keep going. Now, don't crash into him, but board him, for crying out loud. There we are! Now, die! Oh, he's not dead. Sorry. I thought that guy was dead, but he's not. Is that another pirate coming over? Yes, it is. Great, which means nearly all of my crew is dead. Brilliant. Okay, never mind. At least we're on the ship. At this rate, I might have the ship as my own. I don't know what kind of ship it is. It looks a bit like a galleon, but it's too small. It must be similar but smaller. Have that useless little pot, I suppose. Right, draw my weapon and get ready to go to the next stage. Do I have to put my weapon away in order to go in? Oh yes, I do. Okay then. Right, come on, you. I shall chop your beard off, you absolute bilge rat. I mean, he is down where you'd expect to find the bilge, so perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Okay, good. There. Again, only one of my people survived, so yeah, I'm going to lose a huge amount of crew for this. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This has not gone quite the way that I expected. I think I need to start using the... Okay, well, at least that's worth a few pennies. I really need to start using the chain shots in order to... Oh, it's a caravel. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I need to... I need to use the chain shots in order to destroy the masts, is what I'm trying to say and failing to say miserably. Okay, how much of this stuff can I take? Let's have all of this, please. Yeah, the fruit is going to be weigh us down a good bit. I wish I could access my trade book and see what sort of things are likely to be valuable and what sort of things aren't, but never mind, you can't have everything. Okay, we'll take most of the stuff, and obviously the rest of it is still going to be maintained on the ship, but can't fit anything else on. No, nothing at all. Not even one single orange. There we are, one single orange. Brilliant. There's not much point in trading crew, because we've both got roughly the same sort of crew, so let's come away from that and quickly draw the sails, or drop the sails rather, before that happens again. Look at the crew I've lost. That is crazy. Right, where's Redmond? All the way over here. Right. That didn't go according to plan, but never mind. Hopefully, we will make a profit. Hopefully. The thing is, right, that I am not having another bloody storm. I'll get sunk. There we are. The problem is that, if I just board the ships and take them for my own, then I don't get any experience points. Because you don't get experience points for just selling things. You need to sink ships in order to get experience points. So, I'm not going up in rank, but by boarding ships I'm getting the men. I'm getting the men. No, that's not what I meant at all. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I'm speaking and reading things, I suddenly start speaking what I'm reading instead of speaking what I'm speaking. Never mind. I meant to say that I'm getting the money that I need, but not the experience points. Forgive me, I apologize. Okay, let's get some crew, because we need a hell of a lot of them. Yeah, now the morale is really bad. I'm not in the least bit surprised. I'm going to have to pay them a bonus, aren't I? Where's my ship? Here we are. 1,300 quid. Oh gosh, there we are. 1,600 quid, but fine. At least now I won't get hung from the rafters. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Right. Because I don't want to have to deal with it next week. I want to get it sorted out now so that I can spend next week forgetting about it. Let's talk about repairs. How much is this going to cost? 5,500. And what am I going to sell this for? 21. Okay, so that's like a 15 grand profit. So that's actually not half as bad as I thought it would be. Although once you factor in the 1,200 grand that I just chucked at the crew, and the cost of hiring them in the first place, that's actually not as much profit still, but it's still at least like 10 grand of profit. So let me go and sell the cargo on it first. Get it mended up, and then I'll go sell the cargo. And then I'm kind of fast over from indoors. Okay, ain't that lovely? Let me go sell the cargo from it first, and then we'll sort some other stuff out. Sell the mahogany. We get a fair price for that. Fruit. pretty low price, but I can't be bothered to go anywhere else to sell it. Was there anything else? I don't think so, no. Okay then, let's also sell the stuff that I've got.
What can I help you with?
Sandalwood. Sandalwood goes for a pretty penny. I like that. I wish there had a bit more sandalwood. Sell the rest of the fruits, by which I mean the single fruit. Sell this as well. A few more pennies. I reckon that's about everything in there, apart from the sailcloth we're not going to worry about. Yeah, so I bought it for 5 and then I would have sold it for 5, so I would have broken even, so that wouldn't have been worth faffing around with. Okay then, let me also sell the personal items that I got.
What can I help you with?
I can also look at the value of this as well. Same price, which probably means, because that's the best pistol, that probably means that's the best sword, which is interesting. So sell that for about 80 quid, sell that for about 160, sell that for about 1500. Very nice. Okay, no new items, I presume. Ooh, a superior spyglass. An expensive spyglass with excellent lenses. You can see the grin on the enemy boatswain's face from a mile away with this thing. Allows the user to see the ship's name, type, speed, number of cannons, amount of damage to ship, and the number of crew. Well, that's pretty awesome then. I'm going to buy that for no particularly good reason, because I don't actually know how to use a spyglass. I haven't figured that much out yet, but never mind. I think you have to go into like first person on the ship and then use it, but I'm not wholly sure how to do that. But never mind. We'll get rid of this common one in order to make back a few pennies. So let me equip that. It's a pretty looking one as well. I like that. So let me sell my old one.
Their doubloons are always welcome.
Oh no, mate. I know you don't have a high opinion of the Spaniards. Let me. There we are. Made a few pennies back, so now I can go back to the shipyard and sell the caravel, and then we'll have made a nice toasty bit of profit.
My dear Captain, do take better care of your vessel.
I'll try. There we go. Any new ships that are around? A brig. Ah, how does that compare? A little bit less maneuverable, a little bit faster, good bit stronger hold, bigger hull. A lot more crew, a few more cannons. We might get a brig. I don't know. I'd like to save up for the Corvette, but I feel like we could get a level 2 ship now at level 7. We have to wait till level 9 to get a level 2 ship, so I meant we could command a level 3 ship at level 7. Never mind, I'm getting all my words muddled. Never mind. Man, these episodes always drag on longer than I plan. Never mind, maybe I should start aiming for like an hour and 10, hour and 15 rather than aiming at an hour. Because I do feel like an hour is not enough time to really get much done. But let's go and speak to the governor and see if he is disappointed with my lack of finding the pirate, but pleased with finding Ramirez. Right then.
Serve England. And you would be wise to do the same.
I do try. Right then, I bring ill news. The prisoner escaped before I arrived at Oxplay. Escaped? How could it be? They did not explain, only that the search for the escapee is still ongoing. Damn, the situation is getting out of hand. Excuse me, sir, but I also have good news for you. Let us hear it then. I haven't all day. I found a trace of the captain who betrayed England and your trust. Ramirez? It is true. It is not the worst news for today. I am ready to get him now, if it pleases you, sir. Of course, fair winds to you, Nathan. And Captain, this time you need to bring him back, and keep in mind that until he gets here, he shouldn't speak to anyone, even you. What if he speaks to Danielle? It's no matter, the governor won't know. The governor won't know, and if Ramirez tells him, I'll just run him through with a lance, and then everything will be fine. Whoa, idiot. Not quite sure what happened to the camera then. Okay, before we finish actually for the week though, I do, because now that we are neutral. Oh, for crying out loud! What villainous thing did I do? I thought I was being a good boy. I wanted to go back to the the church and see if I could see if I could get that mission with blokiness, but I don't think I can. Oh my kitty. Well, since it's going to take us forever to get to level 9 at this rate, because what we started with about, although we started with about 70,000 XP, I think we've got about 14,000 this time around, which is pretty good. So we're nearly at level 8, but it's still going to take us a long time. I think the Corvette's only about 120 grand, and we'll get a discount on that because we'll be trading in our old ship anyway. So I'm going to donate a bit of money to the church in the hope of this going a bit better.
Piracy leads only to damnation.
Yes, I know. I want to give a gift to the church. I want to give 5,000 gold. Speak to you. I wish to... reputation doesn't allow, no. Okay, well now it's back up to bloke, which is good. Let me give you another 5 grand. Still blokiness.
The path of piracy leads only to damnation, my son.
I know, you've told me that a couple of times now. Still bloke.
The path of piracy leads only to damnation, my son.
Ooh! I have achieved it! Excellent! We can go off and do this next week after we find Ramirez. Okay, you see, I need help in a serious matter, but I would prefer to find that help outside of the church. Some people would say that I am very much outside of the church, apart from all of my money, which is now inside of the church, but never mind. Tell me, sir, what troubles you? Perhaps I can help. Alright, I sense that I can trust you, but let me hear you swear that no one will learn of this conversation. You may consider yourself in my confessional, father. Let's not look at the connotations. Fine. Then listen. Rumours have reached me that one of my brothers in the faith has forgotten his vows to the Lord and is mired in sin. This has nothing to do with the cult, does it? I've got my quests completely muddled. Never mind. Unfortunately, I cannot leave my flock to check on these rumours myself, and it will only arouse suspicion if I send someone else from our brotherhood. Besides, only I alone can challenge him to such a conversation and look into his soul to see if he is telling the truth. You are asking me to gather evidence against one of your fellow priests? No, not at all. I simply wish to know whether or not he is guilty of the sins he is accused of. Well, I mean, that means yes then, doesn't it? If he is innocent, then I want to know who has blackened his good reputation. All right, Father, give me his name, and I shall see what I can do. He serves the church in Greenford. His name is Father Gerald. It should be easy enough to find him once you get there. I'll return as soon as possible. Oh, good. I'm sure everything will be fine. So has my reputation improved beyond blokiness, then? No, I'm still a bloke, but apparently I'm enough of a bloke. We only had to dump about £15,000 into him, but never mind. Alright then, that seems to have been more successful than I anticipated, so that's good. Okay then, so next week we have to, we need to head to the Pirate Island and see if we can find the Black Pearl. We need to go back to Greenford in order to speak to the churchman and also to meet up with Danielle and Vincent again. Right then. Well, that was quite intense and involved an awful lot more fighting than I initially anticipated, but I'm going to try and be a bit more tactical with the weapons from now on, in the sense of using the chain shot to damage the sails, so that I can steal things from people's houses, so that I can slow their ship down. Because the more that you damage the ship, the more slowly it will move. Although I think that's also to some extent true of killing the crew. And thinking about it, killing the crew would also be quite useful, because then there'd be less people to fight, and I wouldn't need to worry about that quite so much. And obviously, if I do damage these sails, then the ship is worth less to me, which is a bit of a shame. But never mind. The problem with using the grape shot is that they have a very, very short range. But we shall see. We shall see what happens. I'll try and get a bit better at fighting the ships, because it is a good way of making money. So anyway, that's more than enough for 1 week, I think. Quite intense, but we got hold of the sword off the companion. We explored a few caves and that shipwreck as well, which was quite exciting. And we found that quad barrel pistol, which is really good as well. So I'm going to invest my next couple of upgrades into the gunman skills, so that we can start getting hold of that, which is pretty good. So we've got a good sword, we've got a good pistol, and hopefully we will get a better ship. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.